Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. Trying something a little bit different again. I'm going with the front facing camera on the Samsung S10 Plus, and I don't know how good it's going to be. It looks alright. I've got it on widescreen as well, full size, so I think, I'm not 100% sure, but it might convert over so when you watch on this size screen on your phone, you can watch it full size on an iPhone or a Samsung or whatever, and it won't screw up the depth of the video. I could be totally wrong. Anyway, I think it's 1080p this one. It's not 60 frames per second, it's just 1080p. It also does 4K on this camera that I'm using now, but I'm not using 4K, I'll try that one next time. I'm just trying to find what camera works best for this now. I have tried a few things with this one and it doesn't seem to shift in and out of the light quite as much as the 4K 60 frames per second did. I'm talking about cameras here and video recording shit when it should be shaving. Anyway, Secret Artisan shaving soap number 2. Now I'm pretty sure that this does focus. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. Now the iPhone front facing camera, if you've got one, does not focus. So it'll focus on my face, which is here. If I put, just say for instance I'm about to put this brush up, if I put the brush up like that, you can see that focuses, whereas the iPhone one doesn't. So this is that darn Rob brush. I don't know what he called this handle, but all I can say is it's a spectacular looking brush. I'm quite happy with that. That actually, for me so far, is performing better, that's upside down, performing better with regards to focusing than the rear camera was. It could be something to do with the 4K 60 frames per second. Once again, I can hold the soap, but I've got to hold it pretty much like that. Now, I thought this was triple milled, but by looking at it and squishing it down with my hands, I would say it's not, but it is triple something. I'm not going to mention it, but here we go. The scent on this one is slightly similar to the last one that I used yesterday. Lemongrass, spruce, hemlock and patchouli, so very similar, sort of woodsy with a bit of florals. Yeah, now I'm not a fan of this scent. There's something else used in this soap, which I'm not going to mention right now, as part of the makeup of it. Now it's very, very good for your skin, it's very, very good in general. But I ain't going to mention it because I don't want to really give away anything that's in this soap until... I've got a good feeling about this soap. I think it will release eventually. I don't know what the scents will be when it releases, if it releases any of these scents. Now the scent I used yesterday was lovely, I really enjoyed that, very natural. Of course all the scents in these are handmade scents, well the oils aren't, but they're blended by the person that makes the soap. They're not pre-bought in, they're not sort of store-bought scents, these are actually blended from scratch. It's alright. There is a slight funk to this one. It reminds me a little bit, sadly, of Grooming Department. I can't remember the one that I had. I had a Grooming Department soap a long time ago and it smelled like cat's piss. And unfortunately, the scent that's happening in here reminds me of it. It doesn't smell like cat's piss, but whatever the scent, whatever's adding to the scent in here. It's certainly affecting the overall sort of scent itself. I'm looking in the mirror now. Actually, because I'm using the front facing camera, I can use the camera. I use the screen. I can see on there, it looks to me like there's a little bit of lag between me talking and it coming on the screen. So hopefully that doesn't transpire or end up in the final video. Otherwise, this will be a write-off. I'd be very surprised if it did. Right, just dried my hand off and we've got that darn Rob brush. Start painting the load on. Now this is going to be a 2-pass shave. I'm not going to be using a lot of passes in this one today because I'm using my leaf shave razor. Now if you purchase a leaf razor recently from their website and you purchase the chrome one and you're having really rough shaves, contact them, explain to them what's going on and they'll look after you, because they've had a few issues, quality control issues with the chrome. I don't believe it's affected any of the other razors. Now I have the chrome one here, it was a faulty version of it. one thing's for sure. This one doesn't taste as nice. Yeah, this one tastes pretty. You shouldn't really be tasting your soaps, but this one tastes pretty awful. One yesterday tasted of oranges a little bit. It's actually quite nice. There's nothing better than when you can get your lunch and your shave in one. This one's a little bit funky, but once again, making a great lather. The scent, it's not horrible. There's a bit of citrus in there, there's a little bit of woodiness. It's just not as nice as yesterday's. And given that it's 100% essential oils and blended by the maker, it is still a nice scent. It's just not as nice as yesterday's one. And the lather, once again, really is exceptional. You can see there, look at the peaks on that. It's absolutely wonderful stuff. We'll leave it at that. Now I can feel the protection on this soap, and I have to say, albeit the residual slickness yesterday wasn't great, it was alright. The post shave was absolutely top notch. It really was a great post shave feel. Right, the leaf razor. Now hopefully this will focus, and it does. Look at that. I can't believe it. This is the leaf razor. Looks like that. This one is the mercury colour. It's almost like a gunmetal grey. I've got 3 blades in here. I was thinking of taking 2 out, but I've got a triple vintage razor blades in here. I've got the Gillette Super Stainless, the spoiler in the most efficient one, which is here. The one in the middle is the Gillette Super Stainless Australian one, and the one up the top, the mildest one, is a vintage made in Glasgow Persona. Oh no, it's not. Yeah, it is. Yeah, made in Glasgow Persona. So here we go. Actually, I'm just going to go straight across the grain. I know there's a lot of you probably screaming at the camera right now, what the frick are you doing? Madman. But I've only got 24 hours growth. I've actually got less than 24 hours growth. And this razor is very mild, but extremely efficient. In some ways, maybe a little bit too efficient sometimes. I find if I come in up under my nose like that, I can get a little bit closer without having to use the DE. I'm still going to use the DE. But I may just use that off camera. Right, that's made a right old mess. Right, now you're talking. Paul actually says that. Keep stealing words from people. Now you're talking. That, it's got good residual slickness. Way more so than the stuff yesterday. It could be that it's left a little bit more soap on my face from the razor, which it does do. That razor does tend to leave quite a lot of soap on the face. Just dry the hands off, filling up the sink. Look at that. So it's certainly a cracking lathering soap. I can't argue with the lather, honestly. It lathers up so easy, it loads so easily. Look at that. I'm amazed that Craig wanted to get rid of this brush. I mean, it won't be for everyone, it is purple, I suppose. It's my Perk Glory brush. That's probably why Craig didn't like it, being an ego supporter, doesn't like purple. Yeah, this lather's stunning. I'm really happy with it, and I'm sure the maker of it will be happy with it as well from my reviews, but I'm sure she'll be getting some feedback from other people as well. I'm not 100% sure if I'm the only one of those other people out there. It's very, very good stuff. The razor feels amazing. If you've never tried the leaf razor, it's certainly one, if you can get a second hand one or you just want to give it a go, and you can find someone that's got one. One thing I will say is they don't pop up very often. Buy, sell trades. Certainly don't pop up often, that's for sure, that I notice anyway. Right, I'm just going to touch up around my lips with it. One thing I like about it is it does actually, look at this lather, from one load. It's going absolutely everywhere. See, that's sometimes the camera doesn't quite focus right. There we go. Yeah, it's not as nice tasting as the stuff from yesterday, but certainly shaves well. It gives you a good shave. Rinse that off. I mean, once again, I'm not getting any irritation. Doesn't feel like I've got any burning at all. Well, there isn't any. I can't feel anything at all. But my skin, I just missed a bit of soap on the bottom of it. My skin feels quite calm after I use this soap and after a shave. It feels nice. It doesn't feel, it looks pretty good in the camera as well. It doesn't look as good in the mirror as it does in the camera. The camera makes it look a bit better. Beautiful. Right, I'm just going to rinse the brush out. You can see how much soap's left in there. That's a shit ton of soap left. Let's see if I can squeeze it out instead of wasting all that water. Put the brush down. You can see that. Look how thick that is. It's like a blanket. Yeah, really good quality soap. And if the post shave on this one is anything like the one from yesterday, which I think it will be, I'm looking at the ingredients. The ingredients look to be pretty much identical on both products, other than the essential oil blend and the incorporation of something else in this soap, something extra. Like I say, I thought it was triple milled, but I don't think it is. but nonetheless, it's an excellent performing soap. Really, really happy with it. I think it needs maybe not so much this one, but that first version, V1 base, needs something doing with the residual slickness. This one seemed to have better residual slickness, but it could be that I used the leaf razor, which allows more soap to pass through onto your skin, and overall gives me a little bit more slickness from the soaps anyway. Just giving the brush a good flick there. Still a bit of soap in the base of the knob. I'm a bit pedantic when it comes to washing my brush out. I like it to be absolutely spotless. I think it'll probably be there now, just gonna see. Beautiful knot in this brush, but the handle itself, one of my favourite handles, easily one of my favourite handles as soon as I opened up the tub, opened up the box, the unboxing. Yeah, and you can see the bloom on it as well. It's just a phenomenal looking little brush, it really is. You can see that blue shimmer. And it smells lovely now as well. And luckily when I got it, it's already been used quite a lot, so the scent of the badge is gone. Now, no cuts, no weepers, no real irritation that I can see or feel. And the post shave is excellent. I'm really, really happy with that post shave. It's superb. The scent, I can't get past that scent. I can smell the essential oils, I can smell where it was trying to go. But for some reason, comparing this to the previous, or the version 1 soap that I used yesterday, this one just, it's got a bit of funk to it. I can't put my finger on it. It's just not a nice smelling soap. It almost smells off. I can't. It's obviously not going off, and it is obviously the extra ingredients that are in this one. I would imagine it's giving it that scent, but it needs a little bit more essential oil strength to overpower that, I think. It's a harder soap as well, so it's going to last hopefully a little bit longer. And I do find when I'm using the brush, I don't have to load any longer in this one than I did in the previous one, which is quite a soft soap compared to this one, or so I found at least. But yeah, just that smell. Other than that, cracking soap, it really is. And that post shave feel is up there. It is a real nice post shave feel. And the leaf razor is giving me a cracking shave again. I'm just going to touch this up off camera. I don't have to do that now, that's not a problem. So the soap, as you've just seen, you've seen the brush. The razor was the leaf razor from leafshave.com. It's a little bit dirty now. Come on. Yeah, there's the label there. Leaf shave. Certainly, I love the little razor. Focus on this front facing camera is surprisingly working quite well. It's not as good as the iPhone rear camera, but this so far, even though it's 1080p and not 60 frames per second, appears to be better quality for what I'm looking for. In the day, it's a shaving channel, it doesn't need to be spot on. I might try the 4K video next time, front facing camera, and just see what the difference is, see if it's any better, but it might split the video up again. As far as I'm aware, 1080p won't split this video up. I should get a clean run from start to finish, but I could be wrong. And other than that, stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.